Hey there everybody, welcome. Thank you for checking out my latest video. My name is Walder. I wanted to do a bit of an update to my Pilates FAQ. I did one a few years ago and I thought it's time to update it with a few new questions that I get asked quite a lot. So again, sit back, let's get you started and I'll go through some of the questions that you've all been asking. So what are some of the benefits of Pilates? What am I going to get from it? What am I going to achieve? So the main benefits of Pilates are things like core strength and stability, balance, flexibility, posture. I always take the approach of unraveling whatever it is that we're doing throughout the week. So a lot of people I meet tend to be sat at desks all day, slouching down typing, or they're doing a lot of driving. Even if you're sat at home playing a bit too much PlayStation or Xbox, it's trying to unravel what you're doing throughout the week to straighten you back up, to work against any kind of injuries that might build up and things of that nature. So, you know, it's good for injury rehabilitation, good for injury prevention as well. But yeah, working on all of the major joints, making sure that we're loosening you up, straightening you up, and trying to get you towards being pain-free, okay? Do we do the same exercises each week? No, we tend to follow different choreography each week, so I'll plan the sessions accordingly. And you know, you could be a complete beginner, you could be someone that's been, you know, had the misfortune of knowing me for several years. You know, I don't want people to feel intimidated by coming to any of my classes. You know, if you've never done Pilates before, that is fine. You know, I start the class off as if you're a complete beginner and then start adding in optional levels, optional extras for those that have been coming for a while and want to challenge themselves a little bit differently. As long as we can keep good form and technique, keeping you safe, that's the main thing. So you can feel free to work at the level that you're happiest with, okay? So do I need to give notice of attendance? With that, you know, generally speaking, I want to try and keep the classes pretty easygoing, nice and easy for you to just kind of come in and out of. You know, I teach it as like a rolling program, so you don't have to buy a big block of sessions in one go. I don't really run it as a course, so to speak. I used to in the past, a long time ago, when I worked for my local leisure centre, and it kind of put people off a little bit because, especially if people hadn't done Pilates before, they didn't want to commit to, you know, a block of 10 or 12 or sometimes even 15 weeks. So I like to keep it pay as you go, so you can chop in and out whenever you like. Do you need to give notice? Not necessarily, no. You can always feel free to just come along and speak to me before the class. You know, I'm usually arriving, sort of setting up about 15 minutes before a class starts. So I'm always there on hand to have a bit of a jolly old chinwag and you know, catch up with people and answer any questions that you might have that aren't already sort of covered in this video. But if you do have any questions, like if you've got sort of an injury or a condition, or maybe you're even pregnant, you know, it's best to contact me first so we can speak about your specific requirements, and then I can plan the class around kind of what your goals and what your, you know, limitations are a little bit. So in terms of like injuries and conditions, you know, we can work around whatever it is that you've got going on. As long as you've had clearance from your doctor or physio or whoever you're working with, you know, a lot of times they will recommend people to go to Pilates anyway to build up on their strength or work on their flexibility and things of that nature. So as long as your doctor is aware, then, you know, you're more than welcome to come along. But, you know, yeah, give me a call or give me a shout, you know, contact me through my website first, just to talk about things if you're unsure, okay? And the same thing with pre and postnatal clients as well. Again, more than welcome to come to the class. Depending on where you are in the pregnancy, if you are pregnant at the moment, you know, and depending on what your physical activity levels are prior to being pregnant, you know, we might need to take that into consideration. If you're quite sort of late into, say, sort of second or third trimester, it might not be the best time to get started at that point if you're coming in from having done nothing. But if you're just coming in, you've just found out you're pregnant, or you're wanting to get pregnant and, you know, you're wanting to sort of maintain a nice level of exercise and train safely, then yeah, contact me and let's speak about it, because I do have some pieces of equipment that I would use as we get, you know, progress further down through the pregnancy that I would add in for you, but I don't always have them with me. So contact me so I know to bring things along for you, and we can yeah, keep you nice and safe and challenge you at the right levels. So do you need to bring anything? Now, that's a personal preference. You don't have to bring anything. A lot of times people bring their own mats. I do bring mats with me, so you're more than welcome to use one of mine, but if you have your own and you want to bring it, that's fine. I usually recommend people bring a small bottle of water and maybe a small towel as well, especially at this time of year where we're in summer. You know, it can be quite hot, so it's a good idea to keep hydrated and also, yeah, just have a towel to, you know, mop off any sweat, that kind of thing. But like I said before, you know, feel free to work at whatever level you want to work at. So, you know, you don't ever have to push yourself too much. Just stay at wherever you feel comfortable, okay? Now, how do I get information about price, locations of classes? How can I contact you? Best way to contact me is through my website. So that's adamwalder.com, and you have information on there about current pricing, the locations, and also sort of timings and stuff of the classes. And there's a contact page on there as well where you can send me an email and I can get back to you that way. How long are the classes? They are 1 hour. And how many people attend the classes? So it can vary from class to class, you know, but generally speaking, it's between sort of 10 and 15 people. I try and cap it beyond that because, you know, I don't want it to get too uncomfortable for everybody. You know, I want people to be able to have enough space to obviously do the exercises safely and effectively and enjoy what they're doing. You don't want to be too crammed in. So again, I don't really want to start putting in like a booking system because, again, like I said before, I want it to be quite a easygoing, laid-back system where you can just kind of come in and out when you feel you can. And you can always come to different classes as well. So I do classes in various locations around the countryside, so places like Abridge and Lockerley and West Titherley, Romsey, Timsbury, Bracefield. I do a class up in Winchester as well. If, say for instance, you wanted to come to a class in Bracefield one week, but then the next week, you know, your work changes or you're a bit busy and you want to come to Timsbury, that's fine. You can come in and out wherever you like, that's absolutely fine. Like I say, my main thing is trying to keep it relaxed and kind of laid back for you so you can just, you know, decide when you want to come. Age ranges. What are the youngest age that you can take? So it used to be 16 years old, and if somebody wants to come on their own, they still would need to be over 16. However, I do have a new insurance policy now that allows me to take in children above the age of 6 as well. So if, like now we're on school holidays and things, if you wanted to come in with your child and both do the class together, you're more than welcome to. As long as anybody under the age of 16 is accompanied by an adult, then you're more than welcome to come in. That's absolutely fine with me. That's not a problem at all. Is the class suitable for men? Absolutely. And it's actually quite interesting this year in 2019 where men have become a lot more aware of how important it is to be doing these exercises, to be doing things like Pilates. For the first time, you know, I started training back in 2007, so when I first started teaching classes. And this year has been the first time where we've had classes where the men have actually outnumbered the women. And that's never ever happened before, but this year it's happened 4 times so far in different classes. For whatever reason, the men are starting to get the idea that it's not some sort of, you know, girly class or anything like that. So good on you blokes, and keep coming because it's very important for men, just as important as it is for women too. So don't feel, you know, sort of self-conscious or anything like that. Come along, because you've always got me there anyway, so there's always going to be at least one man there. But to be honest, in most of my classes now, there's always at least 1 or 2 men in there as well, so you're never usually on your own. All right. Do I run through the school holidays? Yes, I do. I generally take a bit of holiday around Christmas and sometimes in the summer as well for like a week or 2, but I always kind of let people know in plenty of time if I'm going to do that. But generally through the school holidays, yeah, we just keep going all the time. And on that, as a side note as well, in terms of if you're ever unsure if a class is running or if there's anything like a bank holiday and you're not sure if they're going to be running, best thing to do is go on the website. There's a page on there called Latest Updates, and that is basically updates on my classes. So I put things on there about any classes that aren't running. So if a class is listed on there, it will give you the date and when it's not happening, then you'll be able to see that. But any others that aren't on there, they are just running as per usual. Okay. What is the Startstrong series? So the Startstrong series is something that I've started this year as kind of like a companion guide to my Pilates classes and personal training sessions as well. A lot of times people ask me for videos that they can follow along at home in between classes if they can't get to, say, more than one class a week. So the videos are kind of, 5, 10, 15-minute videos of short workouts that you can do just when you're at home, minimal equipment, minimal space and minimal time. So it just kind of works well with what we're doing in the classes each week. So it's not really designed to replace a class, so to speak, but it's to work alongside it. Again, if you're unsure of any of it, if you're not sure about your positioning, if you're a bit worried about that, don't worry. It's just there as an optional tool if you want to use it. All of the videos are free currently on YouTube, so feel free to pop in and type in my name, Adam Walder, and do Pilates as well, and then it will come up with the Startstrong series. Give us a subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that bell icon so you get the notifications of whenever I put out new videos as well. And also on that, there's also a Facebook page as well where, have everybody from all my classes in a big group so I can let you know. So going back to kind of what I was saying about if there's classes that are cancelled or having to rearrange or anything, the quickest way for me to be able to update you if there's something of short notice, I can pop a message into Facebook and you'll be able to see it quite quickly there. We also do monthly challenges you can get involved with, and also I'll post all the links to the Startstrong series videos in there too. And just get a little bit of a community going. So we've got plenty more things going on in the future. There's going to be new classes appearing, new times and that, but I love teaching the classes. I love seeing you all each week. So I'm not going anywhere. It's been absolutely brilliant so far. Thank you so much for your support. And if you get any more questions, as I say, give me a contact, give me an email, through the website, you can contact me. And hopefully I will see you all very, very soon.